Yeah, were there any berries and things like that that you remember that your parents would pick?
Choke cherries. Was there June berries around here?
Yeah, some. A lot of choke cherries.
A lot of choke cherries. Made wine, jelly, pancake
Yeah.
syrup.
Yeah, I remember a story about my grandma going to pick blueberries, but we went up north, and we went up one weekend, and she asked me to go with, and I said sure, and we took the old blue Buick of Grandpa's, and it was just me and her, and I don't know, you remember Violet, she was only about 4'10". I felt like a monster next to her. But
This was your grandma.
yeah, heart of gold. And anyway, we got up there, and gee, it was just loaded with blueberries, and we were picking and we got everything full, our pails full, and gonna take off. And by God, Grandma, she had to lock the car. We weren't far away, but God darn locked the doors on us. And back then there was no cell phones or we're out there by ourselves. And so I said, well, Grandma, I said, I'm gonna have to go find myself a piece of wire, I said. And she goes, what? I said, yeah, if I can find myself a piece of wire, I'll get this Buick all opened up. So by God, I went, and there was an old fence line. And I got enough wire off of there, and I went back and made myself a little hook, and I got that thing jimmied open, and God, Grandma gave me the biggest hug and a kiss I've ever had.
Wonderful, wonderful. And in terms of relatives around here, your grandma was the sister of other people who lived close by and other families, and you were related, both of you, to a lot of people who lived right here.
Oh yeah, the Audettes and the Lizots and the Wabras, and they're all...
See, Noel's, my mother was a Noel, and there was she had, 4 sisters and, 6 brothers. They were, well, when the war started, half of them went to the West Coast to work for, what would it have been there? It was assembling army stuff to ship overseas.
Yeah.
One was a butcher.
Yeah.
Grandpa liked his brandy, but so
What does that have to do now with going to California? Did he get brandy? Did they ship him back some brandy? But that was
the
really...
moonshine.
Oh yeah, that was really the era when the population really shifted here.
Yeah.
But it also coincided with what made the shift for you folks when the farm was sold and you had to move. So there's several forces that shifted things for us, aren't they? And then later on, I imagine when you enlisted to go, or you enrolled, volunteered.
Yeah.
To
Myself
go,
and your brother Clem.
Yeah, and your cousin.
And cousin Leroy,
Yeah.
who's passed. But we headed to the West Coast. We went, of course, it was the middle of winter. He said he could send 4 guys to, well, there was 3 of us, away we went.
What happened with music? Did that influence you in terms of feeling you were connected with a larger part of the country than let's say, just Red Lake County? Did music start to play a role? With rock and roll is nothing there yet, huh? Elvis and all those rock and roll people were not part of...
I couldn't carry a note.
No, but not for you. But what about going to dances and stuff like that? When did that start?
Well, okay, barn dances was a big thing. I don't know, was it still going as you grew up?
Not so
because
much.
they'd put the accordion player and the fiddle player and maybe a banjo player in the corner of an old barn, the hayloft of the barn, and they'd have barn dances. What was the name of the beer joint in Dorothy? Bucktown? Where was Bucktown?
Bucktown, yeah.
They had a lot of dances there. A lot of dances next to the church.
Oh, I remember going there with my grandpa as a kid. And, well, Grandpa, he'd say, you go in there and you fill up your pockets with candy, he said, but don't look at them girls. So I'd pack my doggone pockets as I couldn't even hardly walk out of there. And I'd sit in the old Mustang and wait for him. And I always remember that, he said, because Sunday, I think Sunday after church, they had live entertainment at Dorothy. They'd have the gals dancing up on the counter, but he always said I'd kind of sneak a peek if I could, but yeah, he was quite the character.
The really aggravating thing, though, for anybody who was preaching is that if the church door was open, it lined up completely with the door of the bar.
Well, yeah,
And so,
talk
yeah.
of heading out of church right across the street.
Everybody go to the store. Everybody go to the store or the bar. Yeah, what a thing. What about that, Noel? You notice that too?
Yeah, well, not only that, see, after church, being you didn't have refrigerators and stuff on the farm, you know, the lockers, you know, the country store, what was it, St. Mitchell's? You know, St. Mitchell's down there in Dorothy. They had all the locker plants, so you'd go in there and get frozen meat and, you know, some supplies. So.
Yeah, I remember renting we had a locker we rented when I was a kid, and then it'd be up at Dorothy there, and you'd have your locker, and then you'd pick your, stuff up out of there.
And you still, you've got a freezer now, I suppose, for some of your
Oh, yeah.
meat and provisions. Thank you both very much.